My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. Banished and Umbra. Interesting. You want to show me Death's Dancer, please? 2 copies of Upbeat Warbler in the base deck, enchanting the entire floor with Quick. We've got the Immortal Trade in case we don't want energy but do want lifesteal. And then Morsel Master. When you summon a morsel on this floor, create a copy. Heart of the Pact is going to be giving us an additional draw, and Seraph of Dominion is going to be demanding chump blocks from us. Look at the artifact first, of course. Guild Marker. Sketches of Salvation could allow us to summon an additional Upbeat Warbler on floors, but I'm honestly not thrilled about that. Guild Marker this early in the run is great, though. Shift to gain permanent Valor. A unit doesn't shift when you play additional units on its floor, does it? I think it's only if you move a unit to the floor. Savior. Ability Savior advances the unit to the front of the floor, gain Valor 5, and gain armor equal to 1 times your Valor. I'll be honest, with 2 Upbeat Warblers in the base deck, kind of incentivized to go Unchained. Just figure out how to use that line. I'll throw Bell and... Do I want to get a Morsel Master up there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Two giant moves for Fell that turn. We also get to grab additional energy. Oh man, Blinks would be ridiculous for bottom line this turn. Hell, they'd be ridiculous for the... I want the money. To use a Just Cause for it, but it's worth it. Link on the bottom line sets us up for double additional energy on the top. I want to blink again, but I also don't really have anywhere to play all of the blinks. So it's probably best off not to do so I don't fill the deck with trash. Single Upbeat Warbler on the top line, and then we can double morsels, because we only need 1 space to do that. I mean, we're not going to be able to play any more morsels because Blink. Blink is the only way I can collect morsels at the moment, and if I get a morsel from Blink, it means the Destrail has died, so can't be relevant. Although we did draw the Rubble Morsel. Divinity, Cleave, and Self-Sacrifice. I mean, with Fell already having Valor, it does feel like Cleave is our choice. Divinity's a great card, but I need to be able to project damage, and I also would like more morsels in a world where I'm going to be using a Morsel Master. Did both of those? Yeah, both of those came with the Calcified Ember. Rough stuff. Merchant Magic banished. I may end up just throwing morsels into a non-Umbra unit, which is completely fine. The Umbra units don't scale fast enough anyway. Large stone, smidge stone, you say? Wow. Large stone, smidge stone, a host guard? Yes, please. Now you are one size and utterly huge. We'll give 14 additional damage to a Morsel Master, and I shouldn't need any more upgrades here, which is going to give me the ability to probably go more aggressive in the Merchant of Arms, if I had to guess, in the next area. Given the value of the host guard we just picked up. Oh, blink at the front line twice. How dare it. It's okay, though. We get a decent amount of Valor. We also take out both units. Oh, hell yeah, we got the Robin Morsel, huge. We'll throw you in the front of the line and then dupe a Rubble Morsel in front of you, just so that you get your Valor stack. We can throw an upbeat Warbler on the top line to take care. I just need that Valor stack of armor once so I can start using you appropriately. Sadly, we don't remove any of the calcified embers from the deck, but we got a good amount of additional moves there. Ascend, then advance. Well, that's fun. So I can throw the host guard on the bottom floor and then ascend, advance it out of that floor back onto Fell's floor for a bunch of moves, which is nice. I could also get a second copy of Cleave, which admittedly, Cleave is already 14 damage with Fell on the front line. It's only going to get higher. Give me a second Cleave. Oh, hell yeah. I definitely need the additional energy from a Perils of Production, but I also need consistent morsel generation, otherwise the Perils are going to be producing Perils for us. So I think I have to take Entombroso first. Annoyingly, I just took some really, really good cards that the Merchant of Magic would simply love to see. Back Morsels, remove Consume, obviously Spell Chains, also pretty good. Cleave, hold over cost reduction, Entombra, hold over cost reduction. And just straight up plus damage on any of the blinks. Consume removal and Spell Chain. Interesting. So Firebrand could be the front of its own floor, where I would just feed it minions. Happy to do so. Consume removal and Spell Chain for Packed Morsels will -1 cost a Cleave, I think. Well, actually, all of the Just Causes need to always be played, so that first. And then plus 20 damage to a Blink. As well as Consume. Oh, abilities. Okay. Host Guard. Oh, you already have an ability. Tough stuff. I guess I can give it to Firebrand. Wrath, attack immediately. There's Benevolence, restore friendly units to full health and grant +5 health. +5 health granted is pretty good. And then Courage. Advance, restore the full amount, restore to full health and gain armor equal to the amount healed. I think it's probably Courage on Firebrand to make the most sense. Unfortunately means that I can't get Titanite and Dualism on him. On her, actually? On them. Because those are usually two of the best things that you can get, but obviously I'm going to need a Firestone housing if I'm going to be able to do that here. Archeon, Scion of Savagery. Did I end up taking the advance? Ascend in advance? No, I didn't. I took another cleave. I want to play the Host Guard, but that means I can't play Firebrand immediately. Host Guard's really good. But Firebrand needs to start getting its stacks early, otherwise it just becomes useless. And Fel needs to be on like its second floor just so that it can gain armor. We'll also put a shield steward on the top floor so that Archeon ascends or starts on the top floor. Oh, perfect. We got the Host Guard anyway. I'll play you on the bottom line to help clear. No, I'll fly you up to Fel's line and then move Fel forward. Yeah. I gotta focus on the permanent rather than the here and now. The here and now is just a distraction from the here and forever. Perfect. We get them all down with that shift. And we're attacking on quick speed on that floor, and also on the bottom line, Firebrand has run out of health. Oh no! But I can use your ability to advance and full heal you as well as gain armor equal to the amount you healed. Yeah, this pack morsels is going to be way too much right now. We're definitely going capacity. Capacity is absolutely our first pickup. Yeah, that just got worse when I tried to defend there. So I can cleave this line. Only problem being, I'm gonna be giving Archeon 12 rage no matter what I do here. Okay, but I can avoid most of the cost of that by just dropping a single morsel jeweler in front of you. I mean, I love turns where I can play Entombra Assault unrestricted. It's just it's up against the Calcified Ember, and this might be one of my best opportunities to play one of those. Yeah, because I'm not going to play it over to permanent Valor on Fel. Damn, we gave so much damage to Archeon. Also got pretty close overall to the kill there. I wouldn't be surprised if we could kill on the bottom floor, but I don't want to, because we can get another turn of motion on the next. Nice. Host Guard move forward, then Fel, then Host Guard, drop the Vengeful Shard, get him. Come on, Death Dancer! Furnace Tap. Multi-Strike 1, Ember Drain 4. I feel like I could probably throw that on Firebrand and then recover from it pretty easily. Over the course of the fight, there's not like that much energy I desperately need to spend. I would happily end up throwing this on Fel or Firebrand. Yes, take it. Forever Consumed, also 80x damage to the front enemy unit, so play that for 5, and we can delete a 500 health unit. Battle Dancer. I mean, someone that wants to dance with Fel, absolutely, is exactly the kind of thing that I need. I want energy, and I also want capacity. I think I can skip capacity for energy at the start here, because our middle floor is going to be Fel, Battle Dancer, Host Guard. And then the bottom floor is going to be the Firebrand and all of the morsels that I can throw into it. Do want Heaven's Light. But I'd have to skip playing Firebrand in the opening. Or skip playing Host Guard. I've got to skip playing Host Guard. That's the only one I can do. All right, we're going Heaven's Light. We're going Capacity first. Probably Energy second still. Merchant of Trinkets in a world where we've also got the Forgotten Boons there. The only problem is it's compare it against a Merchant of Steel where I could get another Host Guard. Literally just throw another Host Guard in this deck. I don't have to play it in deployment phase for this one to be great. I can just play it anywhere I want, and then deal 110 damage with it, and then it's also a big body. What a great spell. Mention of Magic in the next area is pretty appealing as well. Double Stack and Intrinsic, both for Furnace Tap, pretty good hits. Holdover, plus damage, negative cost, holdover. Negative cost any of the Just Causes as well. I will say there's certainly other minion upgrades I care about. Dualism or Titanite on Firebrand, Multi-Strike or Quick on Battle Dancer. I will also say Mini Stone on Battle Dancer wouldn't go too far. Wouldn't go too far astray, is the word I was looking for there. And go in this direction because of the money. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Mind Jacks plus 2 capacity on mid-floor. With that, I now no longer need any additional capacity and probably didn't need the Heaven's Light. Dante's Footstool. Yes, in a world where I don't have a room in the deck. And spells get an extra upgrade slot. I've got to tell you, I am about to go to a Merchant of Magic in just a second. There's certain upgrades that could matter. Unchained 2. We've got to go Unchained 2, otherwise we don't get to the level 3 where you gain an additional multi-strike by base for having 75 Valor. Ah. Triple stack the Furnace Tap? I could also reduce energy cost by 4. No. Permanently gain 5 magic power. Not interested. Yeah, let's do it. Triple stack the furnace tap. Now it applies 3 multi-strike and says you can never, ever spend energy again. Got it? Obviously, now I'm looking to give that intrinsic. And then dupe it. It's going to make it really hard for me to ever develop the host guard unless I draw it on the first turn like this. Yeah, I really want the host guard to attack next turn. I mean, I could blink on the bottom line, but it's very unlikely it does anything for me. Sure. Cleave almost takes down that floor. Shield Suit on the next floor helps us get a little bit further as well. Now, damage doesn't scale especially quickly. We need 18 more damage to take you out on that top line, so I'm just going to get rid of both Discordant Bells. Take 6 to the pyre. Ooh, yeah, that's the worst case scenario. I can save 5 damage in a Discordant Toll by sending Host Guard up to the top line. It's also another shift. Yeah, I want to save the health. I wanted to see if that would work. It did. So Firebrand, you do your healing on the bottom line. That gets you through 2 of the enemies. Then, oh my god, we can have so many Discordant Tolls next turn. I have to take 6 damage this turn, and then I just have to take all of the Discordant damage next turn as well. Ugh. What? I honestly didn't think there was a single chance with all of that multi-strike that we were going to lose that floor. Thank heck. That was a extremely costly fight. Everlasting Light on strike, apply Valor 2 to friendly units. If I can put that on someone and then also get that unit to be triple striking at quick speed, God forbid. Oh boy. Void Binding. Yeah, I guess. I can reduce its cost by 1 and then it becomes the best card in the entire deck if I'm doing Ember Drain nonsense. I do think a Merchant of Magic with removal is really important to me. I also think that Merchant of Arms is really important in the future. We could go -1 Permafrost on Furnace Tap. I'm looking for Intrinsic as its next hit, though. I'll take the +20 magic power and consume on another blink. I don't think I can double stack that, but I can double stack the Void Binding. Straight up +10 to, well, I mean, our energy costs. Put it on whatever can support it. Theoretically, we might reduce the cost of the Antumbra Assault again in the future. Skip. Yeah, no. Can't run a floor with any of those. Next area is Merchant of Arms, looking for a room. It's fine, I just need to play any unit next floor and we'll be okay. No. Fine, I'm probably taking 3 damage on that top line as well. Way too costly to try and manage that otherwise. You're also going to take another 3 to the next Blightbound Guardian coming up, but after that, we should be okay. I'm never going to be able to play out the Entropic Reserve either. Thankfully, we've got some extremely impactful cards in the deck. That is 0 cost now in the Void Binding and Morsels. All spells in my cost are about all spells in my deck are about to cost 1 more. Damn, I can't even play the hack morsel now. Forgot to use my ability on that bottom line as well. And now we will lose. Yeah, I'm just redoing that Travis Eva fight. I did everything wrong. I don't even know if Vibram would have gotten that much on the difference, though. Bell Battle Dancer, Vibram Morsel Master. Blink for 2 damage shield is great. Especially if it blocks the corruption incoming as well. Although that slows down our revenge gain. Still seems like it might be a good action right now. Not necessarily in the future, though. So here it is, the turn it all went wrong. I really want to play this, but maybe I just can't. Maybe I do need to play the rest of my cards for this style. End up taking 3 damage on the top line there. This is what I'm scared about. Yeah, we're not really going to be able to push good damage against these. I'm not even able to take out the frontline Blightbound Guardian. Good lord. I think I have to do it. It's the only way I end up with enough damage on that floor. And that's not even going to allow us to do the kill. Alright, I'll play that in the best order I can. Yeah, it'll be best to get more damage on the top line as priority. Yeah, screw it. Get some more corruption on you. Why not? I hardly need to cleave a line if I'm already winning there. God, I'd love to already be playing another Void Binding on this floor. Okay, using the ability made literally no difference. Here's hoping our damage shield does. I honestly just didn't think it was going to happen. I have one final thing I can do, and that is play different units. Play Host Guard. I didn't want to, but it is kind of the only choice I'm being given right now. So we'll have a Host Guard on the bottom line. It'll battle normally. Oh. Drew Everlasting Light, which is going to completely change everything. Put Morsel Master on the second line. Blink down here, completely misses. Good to see that at least. That feels familiar. Firebrand. Warble, and then I'll send Host Guard up. Honestly, I don't send Host Guard up this turn. Host Guard can go up next turn. Yeah, my units have already got that floor under control right now. Wait until they need help. That'll do it. The deck's just not ready to start using full Ember Drain yet. We let bottom line die last turn rather than using ability. That was not my intent, but I did do it. Hell yeah. I'm gonna throw an uppy Warbler on that top floor. Get buffed. Yeah. Yeah, so holding Frozen Furnace Tap until the start of the boss fight is the only way I can really utilize it at the moment. Not thrilled about repeating that fight a couple times there. Valor on friendly units adds an additional damage burst stack. Obviously the kind of thing we want. So is Liquid Courage. Applies damage shield 1 and Valor 4. But I'll be taking this one, especially because of the additional capacity we have on that floor. Wretch, return 8 units to your hand. Zero cost that gives us a bunch of cards. Fire Remains and Merchant of Arms shows us Zone of Silence. Or Weapons Cache. I think Weapons Cache might be the more impactful choice here. When you summon a friendly unit, draw an equipment from the deck and apply -2 to its costs. That gives us the ability to, like, stack out Fell's Floor really easily. Zone of Silence. Grant silence to non-boss enemy units. That's pretty good against Seraph Dominion as well. I'm going to take the weapons cache. I'm not going to take Stoic Plate Mail because I don't have any frontline units who want to wear that. All of them have triggers. Shift, shift, revenge, ability, ability. This could wear it, but it's in the back line. This could wear it, but it's in the back line. Well, that's Imprisoned Zephyr. Friendly units advance on strike. That's a way to get a ridiculous amount of striking and advancing going on that floor. I like trying it out, but I also think it is super risky. I'm going to take Iron Tongue as well as a really good piece of equipment. I like the idea of Void Armament. I don't feel like I need that, though. Also, it's too expensive. Also, it'll purge a card from the deck. I mean, another Furnace Tap is hilarious. It is also probably not that helpful for us for a while. With only one multi-strike unit, I don't really care about getting another Everlasting Light. Another copy of this Packed Morsels is pretty good. Yeah. I get a lot of morsels out of that morsels. I wonder, is the Firebrand supposed to just wear the Iron Tongue on the bottom line here? I mean, it gives me the ability to kill the Vampiric Cherub, so how could I turn that down? So we attack at quick speed, which means attack, 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 attack. And then the Battle Dancer ends up in the front. Why is the Battle Dancer? Because he's attacked before. So is that? That's fine? Okay. I don't like Imprisoned Zephyr because it doesn't make it very clear to me what's gonna happen. And it gets even more complex if one of the units has quick. And some of the units have quick on the floor because this unit doesn't. Yeah. I also feel like I could probably just throw Furnace Tap here and then actually just let this, like, deal with itself. The main problem with doing... Oh my god, we end up with the only unit that shouldn't be in the front line at the end of the turn ends up there. So in quick speed, you'll attack moving to the front, then you'll attack moving to the front, then the enemy responds if they survive, which they don't. I really need to get more morsel support to keep the Firebrand on the bottom line alive as well. I don't understand this at all. Okay, so at the end of round, Battle Dancer will attack. Fel will attack twice. Then the Chosen Bastion kills Fel. Understand how that's happened. I give you lifesteal. Still gonna die? In what way? Because you take a hit from Chosen Bastion and then from Kale. And then the other bird goes... But if I put a lead Songbird down... Spikes the damage higher. Then you would attack, putting the lead Songbirds at the back line. But then the lead Songbirds are going to attack at the very end, moving them back to the front line, which means that we're pretty much always going to have Hymnists in the front line because they're attacking with that quick. If I cleave twice, can I just... No, I still can't save the Himbird. Yeah, because it's the final unit to attack with quick, so it ends up in the front line. And it's the only other option. Because otherwise, the final unit that attacks with quick is going to be Fel. Which I can give you lifesteal, and then I can have the thing attack there, and then do that. Okay, that keeps it alive. But now I also have that Ember Drain, but it's not necessarily too much Ember Drain. Alright. Unfortunately, despite the fact that it's giving Valor to the entire floor, this is one of the worst things as well. You have many ways to make things quick, but your non-quick units will always end up at the end of the floor because they're the last things to attack. And because of that, they will steal the Valor strength, the Valor stat gain that you really desperately need. I mean, Link's never going to affect that bottom line. I wonder if this is the turn to bonus that Void Binding. Yeah. Guess there's no reason not to throw some additional morsels up there right now. We're gonna lose the lead. Songbird this way. 1 kill. 2 kill, 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 and then that's moving forward at the end, but can I defend you with like a aggressive morsel that attacks after you, moves itself to the front and then becomes the chump blocker? Yes, I can. Gosh, I hope I get Death's Dancer. Finally in a build that could actively do it. That was an absolute nightmare to do, but our reward is Blood-Soaked Arena or Glutton's Maw, and that Glutton's Maw is going to be ridiculous for us. I think I need the additional energy for playing additional units in the opening. I still have certainly things to accomplish in a Merchant of Steel. And admittedly magic. Probably have to go Merchant of Arms in the next area. I'll hit magic. Balance 75 getting 1 multi-strike. I'm amazed that we haven't got there yet. Intrinsic, -1 cost. I think I should do it. And then just dupe it in the next area and we get multi-strike 6. Double stack doesn't really make sense on any of those. Negative costs. Anything that can get down to 0 and become playable. No barrels of production means holdover is no longer as good as it could have been, because we could have gotten outside of having energy reduction. -2 cost consume, and then remove consume from a cleave. Probably from the other cleave, I guess. Because they both got consume anyway. +20 and consume on a blink. Then card removals. This is obviously going to be Shield Steward. Shield Steward. Though those plinks are pretty short on the list as well. Shield of Wing. Great pick up there. Front non-boss enemy in each wave gains Reanimate 2. They've got silence units every other wave. I can deal with the normal wave. I can't deal with the other waves. I need to attack at quick speed on that bottom line if I really want to be able to dominate that field. A little scared about the Glutton's Maw going on Bell. I do think it's probably the better hit, and I suspect that means Battle Dancer should hold Iron Tongue just so I have some AoE. There's no way I want to set up on the bottom line, right? I feel like it could be the case. I really need a turn where everyone's capable of picking up their armor before the fight starts. I do think I could get away with the Iron Tongue. Unfortunately, Shield of Wings going to have its revenge trigger cut. And then I'll give you the Glutton Maul because you have to have the Everlasting Light, otherwise it's not really useful. I was wondering about that. Upbeat Warbler on the bottom line obviously has it silenced. Enchant. Nice. No need to change anything on this floor. Also, we're getting the 55 Valor. Yeah, that's huge. Firebrand manages to full heal itself on turn 2 here. Tropic Crystal gets dropped. Oh, perfect. Packed morsels, packed morsels. So yeah, some damage shields so that I don't have to worry about these, like, full shifts of my entire board consistently. It's really helpful. And then bottom line, sincerely, damage shield, damage shield, damage shield, damage shield. Blink takes the top line, allowing me to drop a Rubble Morsel and keep a Rubble Morsel. Oh, hell yeah. All the damage gets attended on that bottom line. So drop another Calcified Ember, because those have been a bit tough. There's that Everlasting Light we were hoping to see. Also, Entumbra Assault takes out the right target at the right time, allowing us to chomp. Annoyingly, Spell Shield completely blocks the Host Guard's damage on this line right now. Hell yeah. We got that. With a whole lot of additional shifting that floor as well. Morsel Master into Wretch to get a bunch of additional morsels out. That one. Have that one attack, so it's the final one that attacks. Oh. I'm somehow missing out on a huge amount of damage I otherwise had already here. What's going on? There we go. Now that it's working, we don't mess with it. Entropic and calcified. Perfect. I really want to get to do the version of this where I don't have to play the Furnace Tap as my final card. I'm honestly very surprised that they're actually coming off that bottom floor. Oh, I guess, yeah, we don't do that much damage courtesy of the Iron Tongue. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense now. Perfection. What are we up to now? Exactly 75. We've got the additional multi-strike. That's what I like to see. Second Everlasting Light. Deadly Plunge, deal damage equal to the front enemy units. To the enemy unit, rather, equal to 3 times this friendly unit's health and armor. Realistically, that always does a completely reasonable amount and nothing more. Everlasting Light, I think. Skip that one. So part of the reason to take the Everlasting Light is because strapping an Everlasting Light to a Iron Tongue means that we give a ridiculous amount of valor to the entire floor because we strike everyone, courtesy of the sweep. Shift triggers an additional time is ridiculous. When you draw any non-champion card, its cost is just randomized. Well, that's a way to get to play some cards after our... after we are Ember Drained. Gorge triggers an additional time. We have no units with actual Gorge abilities, so no. I don't think I should take Volatile Gauge, to be honest. The additional 2 draw each turn is nice, though. The fact that it'll often draw me into an Entropic Crystals that I can't play, randomizing all costs up 1, but then they get randomized again on draw. Not excited about any of those. Second Iron Tongue. I'm going to merge an Everlasting Light with an Iron Tongue. Kind of want to choose to make Everlasting Light deployable as well. Just so that it's not the one that gets drawn out of the weapons cache with a reduced cost. When an angel moves, it gains 2 Valor. At the start of... After deployment phase, rather, draw summon a morsel miner on each floor. That's pretty cool. Equipped units gain armor 10. A little bit minimal, but it does help set them up. I kind of want all of these. Commemorative Spike with the morsel miners is nice, but it's probably the least impactful of them for us right now. Card removal is going to be 2 points. All right. Only really care about adding eager additional health to that floor, rather. Final unit to attack needs to be the Battle Dancer, because it goes ahead with enough shield to still be fine, so everyone else needs to go between them. I really feel like I should be using Just Cause. Yeah, because then I won't double the corruption on the wrong target as well. Yeah, that's a good idea. We ate more morsels on the second floor, so we'll bring all of those. Oh, we eat... Right, it brings them back from all the floors they've been eaten on. I forgot about that. I always keep thinking that's a floor-specific trigger. Wait, I need to play 2 cards out of my hand before I play it. Oops. There we go. All's well then. Huge amount of corruption on my guy though. I'm gonna give Upbeat Warbler to the bottom line first. Attack, attack, finish. Attack. Attack, move front. Oh, right, the lead Songbird's just dying to the corruption that's given to the units. That's gonna happen no matter what. That makes much more sense. That said, I could also just up the furnace tap. Hold on to it a little longer. We can summon another unit as well. I could have a host guard. Wow, Firebrand survives the bottom line. No one else does. Gotta have someone to munch. I feel like at this point, Shield of Wing would be a way better pick for you. Now that you've got all this Valor, now that you're about to die. Yeah, I think so. And here it is. Postcard. Somebody on the bottom line will fly you up to the second. Delete an enemy for me. Hell yeah, I do have enough morsels down here to make a reasonable survive. I still haven't thrown Ember Drain on anyone, so I can still hold it this turn. This is utter chaos. I'm gonna finally play them so that they are played. And then I can throw a... Where are you? Rubble Morsel on this floor, which I'll then eat in order to play out the Vengeful Shard. Bottom floor, you just want shield. 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 Lifesteal to keep you alive next turn, and damage for the midline. Get him! All my morsels on the top line, attack for 9 damage and then die. somehow double shifted that floor with the same card. Void Binding for even more of the damage. Tumbra. That'll do it. Again, the real problem is the Titan fight. In the Titan fight, if I use any of my Ember Drain without having the ability to generate additional energy from turns thereafter, I'm out of energy for the rest of the game. Which means no more Pyolites, which means no more damage against the enemy. It's going to be dealing the most damage to me. And is also going to survive the longest. Throw a Shield of Wing on the bottom line. I don't want to, but the Firebrand really should be holding the other piece of equipment for a while. Gotta play the pyre. I do want to get the lead songbird and the upbeat warbler both down. See, making my units attack at quick speed here has killed me. Yep, I can't have them attack at quick speed. Quick speed and Imprisoned Zephyr just, it's, look. You might be able to manage it, and look, more power to you, but it's just not for me. It feels... I know it's not, but it feels like pretty much everything is random whenever I'm playing with it. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll try this, and then look to the audience and they applaud. I'm like, okay, I'll try this, and then look at the audience and then they throw rotten apples at you. That's what it looks like, for me, personally. In my own experience. Which means I'll go with the Valor, and I'm not even gonna give them quick. They don't need it. Oh, we have 5 corruption on the Battle Dancer, who is now going to die because I can't. Stop that. Mortal Trade, I can get you to live. This feels like I've just waded into the abyss. Like, alright, look, I'll I'll try a random nonsense build. And here I am, holding my breath through different item interactions. Really? Why does it? Because... Oh, yeah, because no one's attacking in quick speed. Of course. Yeah, whatever. We cleared the bottom line with that one last time. I don't care. Unfortunately, Biolite and all other spells would become more expensive if I didn't do something like that. Gotta play Lifesteal as well as some additional Ember Drain on the bottom line, otherwise we lose that too. It's too much Ember Drain again. I think the stun lock I'm feeling in my soul right now is because... Yeah, I shouldn't lay that on an in-camp block. Is because of the fact that both of the sides that we're taking, Banished with the friendly Zephyr, the imprisoned Zephyr, as well as Umbra with Ember Drain, they're both playing around extremely severe downsides in a way that those downsides aren't mitigated, which I know there's like a lot of downside strats that exist in a bunch of different games, and I do engage in them, but almost always with full mitigation of the actual downside itself, so I don't have to deal with it. Here, no, we do not have that. We are just fully at the whims of the downsides. Should I start Void Binding? No. I want like 2 more turns of Firelight. Yeah, screw it. Let him There you go. Order it so that the enemy can trample as many of my minions as possible. Perfect. We've got the ability to play the Bylight next turn, and that will win. You being a trap, the Furnace trap, is terrifying. If only I took that Barrels of Production at the very start of the game instead of this Packed Morsels. But then I also wouldn't have had Morsels as a subtype, so who knows how that run would have gone. All I know is it's time to play this Bylight, and in doing so, kill Dominion. Excuse me? Fine. There you go. All in. Are you kidding me? Okay, there we go. I just needed to play more chumps for it so that we can get to that. Good lord. What a slog of a run. I'm playing with exclusively upsides for like the next 10 runs. I'm not taking any downsides. I'm not even doing burnout stuff. That's it. I need just like play this card for plus 10 damage and plus 10 health, and then I play that same card again next turn, and I keep doing it until the end of the game. I need something simple and straightforward like that after that, because good lord. My name has been Ryan. Rhapsody, actually, but hell, it's also been Ryan. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, future. YouTube recommendations are down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add above the thank to and a special thanks this episode to Zoe. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.